Do you have a love-hate relationship with goal setting? I get it. It can be really hard to look back at the previous year and see what you didn't accomplish, but it is so important. So, I'm going to link here a video I did last week all about how do you figure out what didn't work for your business, what did work for your business, what can you not just like how did you feel, which is important to analyze because usually your business is you, but let's go into the analytics. And so I give you a peek behind my screen and I show you like this is what I look at to see, oh, actually this is something that people are interested in. So take a look at that video first and then come back to this one. To briefly recap, I chatted last week about how in 2024 I was so excited to make money passively, just have the money coming in, and I invested in a $4,000 course that would teach me how to do this, and it didn't really work. And so this year I'm trying to be more strategic with my business goals, figure out, okay, well, what is worth spending money on and what is worth investing time in, because I spent $4,000, invested 200 plus hours in updating one of my courses that I love, but that course is only $697. And if you only send a couple, but like do a couple of those, it really isn't worth it. So again, go and read this blog post and watch that video. But now we're going to dive into, all right, let's go into the numbers. And so what are my 2025 goals? First of all, I really want to prioritize long-term marketing strategies. I chat about this in the last video. SEO is so important. And part of the reason is because you can jump off Instagram like I am right now for the month of December. And it really won't affect my business because I have people coming to my website organically every month and still, joining my email list or booking calls with me. So I want to just continue and capitalize. And that was something as I did more research, I was like, oh, well, I looked at my analytics. People are coming through organic traffic primarily. And actually, more people are coming through like Facebook and YouTube than Instagram. So should I really be spending that much time on Instagram? Maybe not. So I am going to pitch my free masterclass, which then leads to my Beyond the Template course. A couple different ways. I'm going to try to be a guest on more podcasts. I personally love that marketing strategy. That might not be for you. Figure out what works with your energy. But I really enjoy chatting with friends. So this is a great strategy for me. I also plan on pitching to adjacent audiences and maybe, saying, can I deliver my freebie to your audience? You put it in your email list. I can deliver one of your freebies and we can just help grow each other's email list. I will continue with my blogs and YouTube. I usually do a YouTube almost every week, but minimum is 2 a month. And then I was in a bundle this past month and it grew my list by 175 people. That is huge for me. So I'm going to capitalize on that and do more free bundles. I have a specific webinar that I will deliver just for free bundles that's high value. So now that I have that in the bank, I can just continue to deliver that in bundles. I'm considering, and I chatted about this in the last video as I was like looking at, on here you can see I was looking at my wins and what didn't go well, and then what could I do differently. I Instead of investing in expensive courses, I would rather invest in services and people to do things for me. So I want to outsource ads. I don't want to figure out ads and how to do them. I don't trust myself. Let's be honest. So I am going to potentially put some ad dollars behind my webinar or my SEO course. I know that my SEO Black Friday sale converted at 5% for the people who landed on my sales page, which is pretty good. So I'm gonna think about that and decide what I want to do there. I also have a Facebook group that I'm really not doing much with. So if you want to join and be active because I need to step that game up. So my goal there is to just make sure that I am posting more in that group and trying to create more engagement. Is this backwards for you guys? It probably is, isn't it? Okay, I'm just gonna read it to you. There I listed out my dreams, but I do a lot of it just like I like writing it all down. So my dreams for 2025. Well, first of all, what are the money makers in my business? So website in a day and website in a week are the primary money makers. So I know I need to get a minimum of 6 website in a days and 4 website in a weeks. That will not be hard for me to do. I used to do 2 website in a days a month. So that's like the minimum I need to do. And then I have quarterly launches. And so each quarter, I want to focus on something that's not related to those services. I still want to promote those services. Honestly, I don't need to do a lot of promotion of them because people, when they type in website in a day, my website comes up first. Thank you, SEO. So yeah, I'll just have that continue working on my behalf. But I want to have a quarter where I focus on my Squarespace SEO course, which means that all of the content leading to that launch or that sale will be related to SEO and Squarespace. So I'll have a sale on that. I'll have a live launch of my Beyond the Template, how to DIY a Squarespace website in February. I'm planning. So quarter one will be that. My goal there is to make 6 sales. It's $697. So like after taxes, I would bring in about $3,346. I'm going to link below the corresponding blog post so you can see all these numbers if you're a number person. But then the other quarters, I plan on launching being an affiliate for Paige Brunton's Square Secrets business course. This is specific for people who want to become website designers. And I've been asked before, like, how did you grow this website design business? And I do not have the capacity to teach people. So it's great that she has a course that does it for them and teaches people how to grow a successful website business. And I've affiliated for it in the past. I love it. I make good income. And I'm thinking about, so let me know if this interests you. I'm thinking about creating how to have a website in a day business that works for you so that you're not spending tons of time running it, but that it's just working on the back end for you. That's what the beauty of website in a day is, that you just can go into the day and you're spending 6 hours on that service and you're making $1,850. So I'm gonna teach kind of my workflow, and I'll do like a beta course. And so if people get in Pages how to become a website designer course, they would potentially get my beta course for free. So if you want to become a website designer, or if you're like a VA or a copywriter who wants to, you know, add website design, let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. I'm thinking about doing that in about March or April. And then the fourth launch, I guess, would be a Black Friday kit that I would do with two of my business besties. And it's just gonna be this kit that has like sales pages, email templates, launch strategy for people who want to do Black Friday sales. So those are gonna be the four launching things that I'm focusing on, and all my content will then be around that topic. So let me flip the camera and show you kind of how I do my content. So this is my blog calendar, and what I do is, so we'll go to quarter one right here. I put down like what am I working on? So goal. And so if we come here, we can see selling Paige Brunton's Squarespace course, which is the how to become a website designer course. That was my goal for like that quarter. And so all of the blog posts / YouTube videos I create are related to how to start a business, how to become a website in a day designer, related to that type of topic. If you come down to like November, where I launched I did a Black Friday sale on my SEO course, all of this SEO mini masterclass, it's all related to SEO or Squarespace because it's a SEO course related to Squarespace. So what I do is I just go in, I figure out, through that quarter, what am I focusing on? And then I create all the content under it. And I usually I don't have all these blog topics figured out until like the month prior, sometimes the month of. But I will go in and I'll duplicate this board, and I will put in each quarter's goal. And then I have sometimes a little to-do list. And as I go in, I can just quickly update it for the month. These are the blog posts I want to write. And a lot of times for me, I just write blog posts or YouTube videos that people request, but I do want to be more strategic with my YouTube content. And so I'm going to do a little bit more like going into like SEO and figuring out what are people actually asking for in terms of search engines, and not just what people are specifically asking me for. And so as you're thinking about the next year and planning out what should your goals look like, I would say think about lead generation. So what are you doing in terms of growing your email list? Because we all know email lists convert higher than like Instagram or TikTok or anything like that. So I would focus on that and creating free resources to grow your email list. Think about investments. What do you want to invest in? If you really want to grow your business, you do need to invest. And so I I have a lot of money insecurity issues. It's a thing. I'm working on it with a therapist. Don't worry about it. But I really try to force myself once a year, spend money for my business to grow in my business. And so I told you that ads is going to be potentially what I invest in 2025. In 2024, it was a really expensive course. Um, I don't remember what it was in 2023, but I try to focus on one thing that will really help catapult my business forward. And then another thing to think about is community. So, what can you do to grow your community? This is kind of like lead generation, but think about like investing in yourself. So, this could kind of mix with investments. I've joined masterminds, and yes, I gained knowledge, but I also grew my community and my support system. Um, and that has been really, really beneficial. You could start a Facebook group and try to grow. Yes, that's also lead generation, but it could be also a way to form a community. Or if you're new in business and you're like, that's really all that is intimidating. What I did in the beginning was I found a couple people in my field who are in the exact same place as I was. So website designers, 2 years in business. And I just, followed them on Instagram and eventually kind of connected more. And then we kind of just started an Instagram chat. Or they don't even need to be in your field. I currently have an Instagram chat with two girls who have been in business about the same amount of time, 6, 7 years. And although we have very different businesses, we are in the same place of growth. So we can talk about that type of thing. So just think about how can you grow your community. And if all of this is very confusing and you have no idea, just interview your audience. If you have an email list, send out an email and do a poll and say, where do you land? Are you a service based person? Are you and I will actually link the blog post for this YouTube video that shows you the polls I've done with my email list, a couple different polls. One was a simple poll, and then one was a more advanced survey where I said if they filled it out, they could be entered to win some money. And so think about doing that and just surveying your audience, and that's going to really help you create content that's specific for your audience. So to recap, look at your metrics, whether it's Google Analytics or surveying your audience or just asking people what they want to see from you. Think of a launch a quarter and something that's different maybe from your main service. You could do just like launching your service, but if you want to grow your business, it's good to try new things, throw spaghetti at the wall. Some won't stick, some might be a bummer, but if you have the time, that is how you grow your business. And then putting in, okay, even if I make no sales from these quarterly launches that I'm doing, what do I need to keep my business running? How many website in a days do I need? And how many website in a weeks do I need? Although it really is important to figure out how you feel and having a business that works for your lifestyle, it's also important to look at the metrics and see what people want. So I just want to encourage you to do that. And if this feels very confusing, go to the link below, and I have a goal setting checklist. It's the exact checklist I use that shows me like what do I need to figure out, and kind of gives you different strategies. That's free. I linked it below, and that will really help you set up 2025 to be something that is a fruitful year and gives you the money you need in your business.